Hello and welcome to Magic Matters. My name is Deni.
I'm Erica.
We are so glad you're here today. We are on location in Celebration. Hey, that rhymes. We're in a different part of Celebration than we were last time, so it's a lot of fun just to get out and about, and we both have coffee, so you never know where the conversation's going to go. But we are so glad that you have tuned in. Forgive my voice. I have laryngitis, and I'm going to try to be as loud as I possibly can. I'll probably also turn blue in the face, but that's the way it goes. So we are very glad you're here. Hey, if you haven't already done so, please follow Magic Matters Pod on YouTube, obviously, hello, and social. Please subscribe, like, all the things. And we got a shout out. And our producer behind the scenes right now is trying to silently giggle. But who do we need to shout out, Erica?
Light Strong Media here making this happen.
She's doing a fine job, everyone. Great job. So, Erica, do we have a little bit of a check-in moment?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
I don't know if either of us have been to the theme park in the past week. But do you have a theme park moment?
Let me stop and think. Yes, I do actually. And it was, it's not in the past week, but it was just, I think it was just last week. Anyhow, so good to be, I think it was it the first, it might have been the first day of the Festival of the Holidays. So it's been a couple weeks. It's just so good to be back in the park during Festival of the Holidays. I have been over to Disney Springs, and it's just so much fun looking at all those trees. It is a blast, in Disney Springs especially, because it doesn't take a park ticket to get that little bit of Disney magic. So it's so much fun watching the families, even if you're just going from point A to point B at Disney Springs, to watch them taking pictures by the big tree and all lining up. Like, these might be families who aren't able to get into the parks. And so this is that moment for them. And it's so much fun because they're all dressed up or they look really cute and they're taking their family picture. But I just think Disney Springs is so gorgeous during the holiday season. And it's fabulous to get to be there in that little bit of magic. What about you?
This is why we're friends, because mine is also Disney Springs. As some of you know, I work over at Disney Springs sometimes, and it's been really cool walking into work, I love the Christmas tree stroll, so I like coming into work and seeing the Christmas trees. But the other night, I'm standing at the Little Words Project booth, and these snowflake roller skaters are skating on by.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so cute. And so not only if you're going to Disney Springs do you have the Christmas tree stroll, you also have live entertainment. There's one of Santa's elves is on like a sleigh with little reindeer that's like going through the area, very much like the moving piano.
Yes, the moving piano. Yep.
And then you have the stilt walkers that are dressed like toy soldiers. You have the rollerblading snowflakes, and then of course the trees. And then there is snow, the snow at some points by the main Christmas tree.
Yep.
And it's just so fun.
It is.
And I love watching everyone pass by the booth with their little stroll maps. And they're like looking, they're asking, where is this one? Have you seen this one? And helping them find it. It's just so cute. I love Disney Springs this time of year. I really do. Do
you slip a little, hey, don't forget to follow Magic Matters Pod in when you're giving them that advice?
Sometimes I wear a hat to work because right now it's cold. So sometimes I will wear the Magic Matters hat and they'll be like, what is that? And I'm like, oh.
It's my favorite podcast.
It's my favorite podcast. Give it a listen.
Please do. I love that. It's so funny. I think sometimes Disney Springs gets a little bit of a bad rap and people say, oh, it's just a mall. Hey. Yes, there are mall type stores there, but for me, I love it. It's
amazing.
Love it because it's a little bit of Disney. You're not committing to a park. And I just find myself just bopping around there, just being very happy.
It's a lot of fun. And like recently, everyone walking around Springs has been in such a good mood. Yeah. I had this group come in the other day. They were visiting from the UK and they've never been to Disney Springs. And they were like, so where's the food? And I'm like, it's everywhere. And they're like, really?
The food.
And I was like, yeah. And they're like, what do you recommend? I sent them over to Summer House on the Lake because they were looking for like American fare, but not quick service.
Okay.
And I was like, are you guys good with like California inspired food? He's like, that. They're like, that's literally perfect. Where is that? And I was like, you're going to go to Summer House on the Lake and there's a cookie bar. And they're like, cookies. And I was like, yes.
There are cookies.
There's plenty of cookies.
Good for you.
But yeah, I love that we love Disney Springs.
I love that. We do. We do. It's part of the happy place.
Yeah.
So
it is.
It's good.
And we're talking about things that we love.
Oh, yes.
And so today we're gonna sit and talk about what we are excited to see in 2025 at Walt Disney World. We'll leave it at Walt Disney World for right now. We can expand the convo. Yeah. But there are, in fact, things coming to the parks here in 2025.
There's a big long list, as it turns out. For me personally, we're looking at I feel like we're looking at a lot of little things, little moments that are changing, although there are like entire attractions. But I think we've got to start off first things first with January 13th. In Animal Kingdom, and it being the last day for DinoLand U.S.A, which is weird to say.
Yep, but thankfully Dinosaur will be open all of 2025.
There you go.
But the rest of the land
is going bye-bye. Yeah. It is a little weird to kind of say, okay, an entire land we're saying goodbye to, because the last time we had to do that, it was the Streets of America.
Oh, and that was heartbreaking.
And I miss the Streets of America
every day.
I do.
My mom is coming in a week, and we just booked all of our lightning lanes, which I need to put myself on them because there was a whole thing. I wasn't on the reservation, but now I am, so now I need to add myself to lightning lanes. Wow. It's fine.
It's gonna be fine.
But I was like, Mommy, we need to get Dinosaur on there. We need to, because we have family coming that doesn't really come to the parks. And she's like, oh, why Dinosaur? I'm like, no, Mommy, that whole land is starting to close in January. Yeah. And then this is the last year of that attraction. So it was like, if our family's coming, it's my stepsister, her fiance, his sister. So like, they want to do thrill attractions. They want to see Disney. Like, that's something we have to do because a big piece of Disney history is leaving us. Yeah, such an innovative, fun, immersive land filled with story is leaving. And we're going to get another immersive land filled with story. Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
I can't wait to see Casita. I'm excited about Tropical America's coming in for sure. And that's something I could look forward to in 2025 is just, yes, we're going to have to deal with construction walls. We all know how to do that very well. But it'll be neat to kind of see things start to come in.
Especially, like, my favorite is when things start peeking above the construction walls and you can start getting excited about things. So, yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, looking forward to that greatly. But, yeah, it's a big deal to say goodbye to an entire land. So, so definitely stop by and say goodbye. Goodbye. What are you looking forward to?
One of the big things I'm looking forward to, I'll start with my big one.
Okay.
Is that nighttime parade coming to Magic Kingdom. Starlight, so she's coming.
When does she start?
In summer.
Okay.
There's not like an official date, but Disney had put out a cute little timeline of when things are going to open.
Yeah.
Check out that Magic Matters news break where we dove into that. But it says summer. Yeah. So I'm assuming probably like either before 4th of July or right after 4th of July. That's going to be like the sweet spot in my opinion. But I am so excited to see that parade. Just because a nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom feels like nothing else. Like, it's just such a beautiful feeling to watch a parade go down those streets at night. So I'm very excited for that one.
It is strange thinking through the day experience for day and evening. I'm just talking about the park day guest experience and the fact that there isn't a parade capping the end of the night for guests is a little strange. And so, yeah, that will be a really nice addition. And I always feel so bad because toward the end of the electrical parades, existence. I was like, oh, the parade's happening again. Oh, I got to get from,
Mm-hmm.
I need to get from this part of the park to the other part. I got to, like, it was like a burden.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a
It's
burden, so
not.
I'm sorry.
And the thing is like what I've been thinking about a lot recently is that for guests who have been able to see a nighttime parade
Yeah.
in the past couple of years, you had to buy an extra ticket,
Yep.
right? If you wanted
Yep.
to see Boo to You or the Christmas parade, that is something you had to spend extra money on to see a parade at Magic Kingdom at night. Now, in your day ticket, you will get to experience this nighttime parade.
Yeah.
My only fear is that this nighttime parade coming in probably means that Festival of Fantasy is on her way out, which is fine. That parade needs an upgrade. She needs some love. You know, I love that parade, but the Merida float never came back. Being in entertainment myself, I know that parade, like, just needs help and it's not where it's supposed to be. So if this new parade coming in means that Festival of Fantasy is going to go out and there's going to be a new daytime parade coming in, then I'm happy for that. That's a lot more entertainment opportunities too.
Are you okay with it if the daytime parade isn't as grand as Festival of Fantasy?
I don't know.
Because I'm wondering if we would get like
if Starlight
parade light.
If Starlight is like out of this world,
yeah,
I'd be okay with something like not as grand.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I know there's only so much space back there for parade floats.
The parade floats don't have a bunch of space to live in. So
it'll be fun to see Starlight. I hope we don't lose too much of Festival of Fantasy.
Yeah,
because that is so much fun. Another thing I'm looking forward to is Test Track. It's the reinvention of Test Track. This will be the third iteration for the attraction. And I adored what we had before in World of Motion. I adored that. So, so even before Test Track came, World of Motion was there. And they've already told us that it's going to be adjacent, reminiscent of World of Motion. So the 80s, visiting Epcot kid in me goes, give me World of Motion, please.
And I never got to experience World of Motion. So I'm really excited to see how they're going to incorporate that. Because for me, Test Track was always Test Track 1.0.
Yeah,
so with the crash dummies and the sound, I will never forget the soundtrack loop in the ride queue.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Loved it. I loved it so much. I loved that music. And I remember as a kid, it was like my favorite thing. And watching my brother and sister when they finally got to ride the attraction, be like kind of weirded out by what was going on in the queue. I'm like, no, you just have to learn to love it. It's so
sounds.
Fun. The current version of Test Track, the 2.0, I didn't really love.
Yeah,
I didn't really love it that much. So I'm really excited to see a new version of Test Track. And I love that about Test Track. Remember, it's a pavilion that is sponsored and gets money put into it. So it is something that will get to change every couple of years. So I love to see what they think up and do with it every time.
I will say the greatest fun that I have had on Test Track is in the portion where you're designing the car. And it's because over the years that we've had that attraction, that version of the attraction, my niece and nephew have grown up, and I've gotten to grow with them at designing those cars when they come down to visit. So standing there at those panels designing your cars, I'm either with Emily or James. My sister's there, my brother, like it's a family experience. My kids are there, like my husband, we're all there. And so that is that's the touchstone that I have to the attraction. I know a lot of people are like, that we need to do that before we even get on the attraction, but it is a lot of fun. And then they always check when they get off the attraction to see how their car did.
Oh yeah, that's always fun.
You can see that. So fare thee well, Test Track.
Yeah. The other thing I'm really excited for this year is the Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After coming to Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
I love a good show, so I'm excited to see what they do with this one, especially because it's villains themed, and I think it's really just to test the waters to see how excited people are over the villains. I think it'll turn out pretty great, and in that same Community, we have The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure, also coming to Hollywood Studios in 2025.
Yay.
And I'm excited to see that reimagined as well. I hope, like, the costuming in the previous show, it was starting to look dated. So I'm excited to see what they do this time around, and like what they'll use, and see the new technology. So those are 2 shows that are coming in 2025. I'm excited for.
I'm glad that we'll be back in that theater again, the Little Mermaid Theater, because Animation Courtyard, that whole area just feels so weird right now. And it has for years now, ever since, you know, things reopened in July of 2020. Like, it just feels abandoned.
It does.
In that corner and that side of Animation Courtyard. And then, of course, you got Launch Bay, which I'm not sure why we still have Launch Bay, to be honest.
Me either. It was a preview center for Galaxy's Edge, and Galaxy's Edge is open. It's been open.
We can have meet and greets in surely we can figure out a way. Regardless, for me, I am excited to see what they do to that theater, and also what the show is like. I too am excited about the Villains experience. I do believe it's a test bed, like you said, for the greater Villains Land experience. I think that was something in the past that had been done on select events, having those villains in that area, and it worked really well. So it'll be interesting to see how it works when they're trying to pump guests in there. Like, it's a show that is on.
Yeah, I wonder what the, like, capacity is going to be in there, because it's not like, for the Racing Academy, it wasn't huge.
No, it wasn't.
So I wonder how they're going to do that.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, for sure. Something is coming. Something is coming to the Tree of Life in Animal Kingdom.
Something is correct.
Something is coming. And listen, It's Tough to Be a Bug has needed to be refurbed for years now. Years upon years. That being said, that Hopper animatronic, fantastic when he's working, as he should. But it really does. For a lot of people, it's extremely polarizing, right? The bugs crawling across the seat.
Oh, I hate it.
Wigs people out to no end. I was always fine with it. It always surprised me, though. I always went, whoa!
I was the person that would start hovering.
Oh,
at the
end. You knew it was coming. You knew. I like A Bug's Life, the movie, so I'm okay with all those characters. It is actually not in the zeitgeist anymore, though. Like, we don't talk about A Bug's Life a whole lot, and I know there's a new Bug's Life 2 coming out with Aquafina here soon. But I'm excited that they're doing something to it. What are they doing to it, Erica?
So it's a Zootopia theme, and it's going to be called, what's the wording?
It's Zootopia Better Zoogather.
There it is. Yeah.
Better Zoogather.
It looks like what's her name? Shakira's character.
Shakira, Gazelle.
Gazelle. She's gonna be in it. She's in the artwork.
I love that song.
We also have Judy and Nick at the front of the artwork with their 3D glasses on. It looks like it's gonna be a party.
And Clawhausen.
Yes. It looks like it's gonna be a party. It looks like it's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah, I love Judy and Nick. I love the movie. I really do. I love Rodentia, the family. I enjoy that movie so
in
much.
Disneyland, I finally got to meet Judy and Nick for the first time in my life, and it was like such a thing, because
I love that
my best friend and I have always said that we are Nick and Judy. Like, we used to order our Starbucks and get Nick and Judy. It was a whole thing, and so meeting them there at Disneyland was like such a whole experience, and to know that we're gonna get an attraction here with them makes me happy.
I love that.
Makes me happy.
Better Zoogather. I don't know about that name though. That's
it's
a
hard
crazy
to say.
town.
I can't imagine my niece or nephew trying to pronounce that one.
That's a bit crazy town. What is? I know we're losing daylight here, and so we've got to land the plane.
We've literally got two. Well, there's only two
other things. What do you think about the other things that you've got?
There's the Spaceship Earth Lounge and the Pirates Tavern. I'm more excited about the Pirates Tavern.
Yeah.
Just because I can already picture people dressed up in their pirate stuff, taking pictures.
It's like Pirates Night.
Yeah, like
on the
ships. Exactly. Bringing Pirate Night here in a way. I think it's really cute.
I love that.
The Spaceship Earth Lounge looks like it's going to be a little more elevated, like a little more elevated of an experience.
Well, they're literally reimagining a space that is right now a conference room.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. It looks
It
like
looks pretty.
it looks like
I like the light fixtures and the artist
from-
rendering, but
yeah, and the artist rendering, it looks like you'll probably get some really good views of fireworks
oh yeah, you will.
from in here.
Straight down
Yep.
World Celebration
Yep.
Gardens. Straight down. So for me, I'm excited about, like, I want all the new things. Please give us all the new things.
Yes.
I'm excited about that. I'm not always excited about the cost as far as what we'll have to lose for that. Listen, we've had that conversation with Muppet Vision 3D, having to lose Muppet's Courtyard, all of that. But I'm excited about the things that we've got here in 2025 and the possibilities of it.
And hopefully we get to be at the opening day of all of them.
Woo! That would be amazing.
I will use my PTO to go to the opening day of these things.
We must be there. So follow along on Magic Matters Pod and we'll take you with us. Please, please, please. So our question to you is, what are you most looking forward to in 2025 here at Walt Disney World? What out of the different news items that we've talked about, or something else that we didn't discuss, really has you the most excited? And then maybe, not that we go negative too much here, but what's the one thing that you're like, nah, that's all right. Like, it doesn't make your I'm looking forward to list. So let us know the good, the bad, the ugly for you for 25 here in Disney World.
I love that.
Any other questions, or are you good?
No, that's it. We just want to hear from you. If you want to follow along with me on my own journey and adventures, right now we're going through a name change. So on socials right now, it's Healthy Dose of Erica. YouTube will be changing to Healthy Dose of Erica on January 1st. So right now it's still Healthy Dose of Disney, but on January 1st it'll change. I just put out a YouTube video explaining the name change and like a little life update. So you can check that out to hear more about the name change and when it's happening and all that fun stuff.
Awesome.
But that's where you can find me. Where can they find you?
You can find me at Deni_Sunderly on YouTube and Instagram. I would love for you to come and hang out with me over there. I have a whole lot of fun. Again, we wanna say, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already hit that button. Friends,
do it.
This is your moment. This is it. We would love to celebrate with you. So hit that subscribe button and we'll hang out more often. Definitely also share it with a friend. We want to spread the magic because it really does matter. Huge shout out again to our producer, Light Strong Media. We are so grateful for her and her talents and that she's willing to give of them here on the podcast. Listen, there's a lot coming in the future. And as we wrap up 2024 and look forward to 2025, it's really important that we all remember that magic matters.